guys, this is Chris from Rekkid Talk.
So I'm announcing a contest for my second anniversary in the VC making videos. April 17th, 2021 was my first video, and that's going to be when the drawing is done for this video. I'll talk about how to enter and what the prizes are later. It's going to be a show of 5 records sort of thing. If you can do it in 5 minutes like I usually do, that would be cool. That's not a rule. Basically, the rules are you're either going to make a video or post a comment in this thread answering 5 prompts I give you. If you make a video, then put in a comment letting me know that you made a video so that I am aware of it. And I'm going to give you, as I said, 5 prompts. If for any of the 5 prompts you do not have a record that answers that particular question, you will instead show a record by the band or artist that you have the most records of. And by records, it can be vinyl, it can be CD, it can be tapes. I don't care about the format. So let's go ahead and get into it. The first prompt is going to be to show some African music. And so I'm going to choose to show Les Filles de Iligadad, the Daughters of Iligadad. And so at Pioneer Works, so this is a live recording. So these women are from the Tuareg group, and they are from a village in central Niger. And they play that desert blues style, like Tenariwen and Mdu Mokhtar, as the group is mostly female, including the lead guitarist Fatou Sedi Gali. They also work in the tende, which is a traditional percussion instrument, sort of like made out of a pestle. And they do a lot of chanting, which is more what the women from the Tuareg group did. But of course, they've got the electric guitar as well, which is not traditional for women to have been playing. And this is the topic of my most viewed ever, with several thousand views, really. And it's kind of an oddity, because when I posted it back in August of 2021, it got a couple dozen views in the first week or so, and then it died, which is what happens with most of my videos. The people out there that you would expect, sort of my regulars and people who are in African music, watched it, made a few comments, it died, and then it picked up and started getting like 100 views a day for a long time, and it continued on that way for several months. Now, if you look at the analytics, most of the views are very short, and there's something kind of weird going on. And so if you don't have an African record, then you'll show a record by your favorite group. If you're somebody, maybe Fela Kuti is the artist that you have the most records of, you could show a Fela Kuti record because that's African, or you could show something else. All right, prompt number 2 is going to be to show a 7-inch record with a picture sleeve. CD singles or casingles would be acceptable. I'm going to show an Elvis record. So this is Elvis Burning Love, backed with It's a Matter of Time. So this came out on RCA Victor back in 1972. This was Elvis's last #1 hit in the United States. So it did appear as track number 29 on the Elvis 30 #1 hits compilation. And so by #1, it was #1 for a week on the Cashbox list. It actually only made it to #2 on the Billboard list. But on this comp, they were basically, anytime they found it to be #1 on some list, that was good enough to get on there. And to show you that other formats are acceptable, here is a CD single of XTC, I'm the Man Who Murdered Love, in sort of this unusual plastic shell, clamshell, and a cassingle. So we've got the God Machine cassette sampler here with 3 songs, including this song, Home. And again, if you're somebody who doesn't have any 7-inch records or singles, show something by your favorite artist. Okay, so the next prompt will be to show a record with a Beatles cover song, not a Beatles record. The only way you could show a Beatles record would be if the Beatles were your most popular group and you had nothing with a cover song of the Beatles, which is hard to believe in almost everybody's collection. So I'm going to show Susie and the Banshees Hyena. So Dear Prudence is on here. And the British viewers will be going, hey, that wasn't on the album. You know what? Well, if you got an American pressing, it was on the album. It was song 1 on side 2, Lennon-McCartney, Dear Prudence. I'm pretty sure that was a Paul song. And so, and next prompt number 4, is to show some smooth jazz. So, don't want any hard bop, don't want any free jazz, don't want any swing. I want some smooth jazz. So maybe it's not going to be on Blue Note, it's not going to be on Impulse. So for example, I have something here on Arista Records, Kenny G, G-Force. And so this is the second album by Kenny G that I got for $1. And so there's some smooth jazz for you. So man up and show your smooth jazz. If you, for some reason, don't have any smooth jazz, then you get to show the record by your favorite artist. The final prompt number 5, will be to show either an Analog Productions UHQR record or a Mobile Fidelity Mofi One Step. Well, I don't happen to have any of those, so here's where I have to show a record by the band or artist I have the most records of. Answer for me, that's Juliana Hatfield. So I'm showing her 2019 album Weird, because it's weird to have more Juliana Hatfield records than anybody else. I think this graphic's kind of cool. I'm showing the track listing, although do you actually know which track it comes in what order that way? We don't know. I've got it on blue vinyl, American Laundromat Records. Of course, if you do have the UHQR or the Mofi One Step, you'll show one of those for me. So the deadline is 11:59 p.m. Central Time in the United States on April 16th. I will do the drawing and post the video for the drawing on April 17th, which is my 2nd anniversary. And so what the prize is you can either get a $40 gift card to buy records. I'd prefer to give you a Bandcamp gift card. I will do Amazon if that's what you want. Another option for you would be to get a surprise box of records from me, where I would pick out stuff that would be around $40 in value and send it to you, picking stuff that I think you would like. And so there's my contest. Again, remember the 5 prompts. Prompt number 1, African music. Prompt number 2, a 7-inch record, preferably with a picture sleeve. Prompt number 3, a record with a Beatles cover song. Number 4, smooth jazz. And number 5, UHQR or Mofi One Step. Good luck.